Hey everybody, Kevin here with Pursuing Pixels, and this is episode number 141 of 15 Minutes of Game, and I'm going to be playing some Children of Morta here, and this is like an action RPG roguelike with a lot of story actually baked into the game, and I'm pretty decently far into it. I'm going to pick up, as I always do, kind of from early on in the game. I'll play one of the earlier levels, but there's it seems like there's going to be 3 of these like portals that lead to dungeons. At least this one has 3. I don't know if the other one's going to have 3, maybe 4. But I will pick up maybe, why don't I go to just the last level of this first dungeon here. And I have it on the hard difficulty. I've got a bunch of characters unlocked. You play as this family that are all the Children of Morta, and they are all play totally different. You level them up each individually. I'm going to start off playing with the very first character you get as John, but you can see he's the father of the family. You cannot see that, but I'll tell you that. But you can see the skill tree here. As you unlock these abilities on the right, the main meter over here on the left, or the column here, these are upgrades for the whole family. So as you upgrade each character, you kind of get upgrades and perks for the whole family. So I'll start off with him. Actually, no, screw that. I'm going to start off with Linda, his wife, and the mother of the family. And she's my favorite character by far to play as. She's a ranged character where John's more like melee and a shield based. And, this is kind of like a dungeon crawler similar to Diablo-ish. And I've played Diablo with some friends lately, and we've talked about it on our podcast a bunch of times. And as always with these videos, you're never really meant to watch all the way through till the end. But if you like what you see gameplay-wise, I'll have links in the video description. I always forget to say that at the top. But yeah, Diablo and stuff, I never fully get into stuff like that, and I don't know, for whatever reason, this one really hooked me. I mean, obviously the pixel art is what maybe caught my eye initially, but to me the game stacks up, and it just got a new patch recently, or a new update, I think, and then there's like an actual like DLC you can buy, but there's also like some small updates in the patch, and I think there might even be a new character that they added. But yeah, there's like kind of 3 floors, and I love like so you have like a mana meter, essentially, which is like your blue power, which you can see for Linda uses energy to use your bow and arrow. And then you have those 2 red meters, which are like my dodge roll. And then I have a couple of extra abilities as well. I have this kind of sky shot that homes in on enemies. And then I also have this kind of shield barrier. And I'm just going to get right into it. Yeah, I really like this game. There's tons of different buffs and perks, and maybe there's even new stuff that was added since this update, because, yeah, I downloaded it right before I started this up, and this is my combo meter popping up on the bottom here. One thing with Linda, not every range character is this way, but she cannot move while attacking. Never mind, I take that back. But if I run out of mana, I think I can't move while attacking. Let me see if that's the case. Yeah. So, and then until that fills all the way back up again, I will not be able to move until you see that little like green flash. But they just have, it takes a little while to get used to, but they have a really great UI system, in my opinion, in this game. Just all the little, every little detail as far as the information you're given, I think is really great and really unintrusive, which is, especially when they're going for a little bit of a story-driven experience, it definitely helps with the immersive nature of the game. So yeah, now I've got my primary attack will burn enemies, which is my bow and arrow, which I'm playing this kind of like a twin-stick shooter almost with this character, but you can also do it by just pressing X and aiming as well, or pressing the attack button. I'm pretty sure you can remap the controls however you like. These are usually like little puzzle rooms, or sometimes they're different types of rooms, they're kind of safe rooms. For the gods, but I really like the voice acting stuff. This is actually just kind of like a Pong of the gods. Yeah, they don't even shy away from it. Was to be given. And it's actually the opposite of what you would think. You're actually trying to hit the ball into that machine, or whatever, that other paddle on the other side. You're not trying to score a goal. I think you have to do it 5 times, and then I'll get some kind of perk or upgrade or treasure chest. Yeah, 5. And there we go. Collect my reward, get some gold. And the gold is stuff you can like buy. There's a few different types of currency that you can use in between runs. But yeah, increase my critical crit chance. My critical hit chance. I think that little flame is some other type of currency, but only for this run. You can like open certain types of chests, maybe, I think, like these little barrels. I think I've opened a couple already that just were free, but there are some that maybe cost 1 to open up. And I think, you can maybe save them for something else. It's been a little while since I've played this regularly, but these kind of open up, and you can see the mini-map up at the top right of the screen. You can also pull that up by just pressing left on the D-pad. And I think you can maybe minimize that or make that a little smaller. You can change how that appears, I think. Oop. But yeah, they just do a really great job of like showing all the nice summon. Oh, I haven't even been using my kind of sharpshooting ability, which I love. Or it's not sharpshooting, but it's like that sky arrow, the retina burner, I should call it. Didn't really work that time. But everything's got like a cooldown, but you can see it at the bottom, like of the bottom left of the screen. Everything, like I'm going to use the ability right now, the Y ability. And then watch how the icon, like you can see the countdown, but even if you're not looking at it all, watch how like this little like square appears like well into your field of vision. Like I love that little detail. Like it always makes me think like, okay, I have another ability to use. Okay, and these are receive more experience for a limited time. Cool, and you'll see the little icon go away once it's done being useful to me. And you can see my that little red meter above or below my X attack. That's actually draining down. So like that fire, you know how my attacks are lighting enemies on fire. That's going down every time I use it. I always miss those spikes on the ground. But thankfully, it wasn't doing any attacks there. Like that's the main thing. You get stuck, caught up fighting enemies. And then, yeah, there's usually a upgrade at the end of each floor. And then sometimes you can kind of cheese and, like, fight enemies from in here while you're safe if you're in a precarious situation. And then once you find the end of the floor, that is like you can warp back to that point at any point, actually. I think you just have to hold down, it's something on the D-pad, either up or down, for long enough. So you obviously have to be, like, in a safe, you can't just do it in the middle of combat, but I think that's the only way I can go, yeah. But yeah, I really like with this character, you can just kind of lure the enemies, finally hit one of those retinas. It's not called a retina burner. I think I've just said that recently on one of the other videos. And we've definitely talked about this on the podcast a couple of times. I think, like, I talked Randall and Tina into trying this because you can also play 2-player co-op, which is, I think, to me, sounds really interesting. He said they didn't get quite hooked on it, but there's just so many games to play. It's like if you're not in quite the right mood, there's always something that'll, like, fit what you want to play. So I don't think it was so much that he was not liking it or anything. Oh, I forgot to use my power-up. You, like, fill up this meter, which now I'm just able to fire it almost at will. Oh, my health is draining fast.
Had they only been quicker.
Draining super fast. I gotta get out of here. I forget, is there a way to use a potion or something? I forget. I don't even know if I have one, but I feel like I've picked up some potions. No? Safe. Maybe not. This might be like a mini-boss. Might just be a story beat.
To Anea Daya,
yeah,
the most
I love this pixel art. Just look at that.
He gave a sentinel of coarse stone. She would be locked away from others deep in the Caldipo caves. Only his to see.
Gotta cheese this a little bit. I gotta find some health fast. There's usually a decent amount of drops from enemies and stuff, so. But yeah, I guess not to just bash Diablo like I did at the beginning, but I just like how, like, specific everything is in this. Like, I like the scripted experience. I know some people like the kind of open-ended and make your own character and, customize it to your liking and, have a bunch of, health. Yes. Have a bunch of custom attacks or at least custom weapons and custom whatever, but it's just, I don't know. Not for me, I suppose. Hypnotized. Mesmerized. Shit. Oh no. That's like where you can just screw yourself on those spikes. Okay, I gotta go down there too. This is right where I started. Obviously gotta watch out for this poison. I can only hold one of those at a time, but you can see this one's like running out a little. And they're pretty similar, so. Oh, shit. Look like Gengar, almost. Or Ghastly, I think. Oh, yeah, I think Ghastly was the Pokemon I'm thinking of, I think. Now I don't even know. God, I haven't played a Pokemon game in so long. Probably for the better, to be honest. No offense to any Pokemon fans or anything. It's just, they've kind of lost my interest over time. Oh my gosh, like they just haven't done anything new enough, I guess. With when you can find, so as you can see in this series, you know, I've done 140 videos, and not every game I've done is totally groundbreaking or anything, but that many of them are just very, they're much more compelling to me than, you know, than playing something else like that. All right. I sort of lost my train of thought there. I forgot what initial game I was even comparing this to. Oh, Pokemon. Not comparing this to at all, just talking about randomly. That's why I can't remember. Oh shit, I'm low on health, and I love how the audio kind of fades out when you're down in like the teens health-wise. Yeah, I love how that like skyrocket arrow just kind of homes in on like the clusters of enemies. Like, you can definitely, in certain scenarios, really use that to your advantage. Like that there, because that little pedestal kind of pulls you in and the enemies, I believe. Like most roguelikes, you know, the environment also affects the enemies. You know, if they run on the spikes, you can kind of have them chase you over them as well, and they'll take damage. I'm going to open that door, but I'm going to explore real quick over here. Just make sure there's no... Oh, double doors. Okay, so this is where I need to go. Okay, so yeah, if I hold down up on the D-pad, I'll be able to teleport back here. So why don't I get whatever's over here? Okay, yes, shop. I wasn't paying attention to what I did there. That's okay. Let me see what I can buy. I'm gonna buy this health for sure. Oh no, I don't have enough. Wait. Yeah, I do. Okay, I bought them all. That's right. Okay, I don't have enough for anything else. These are what those little, like, runes buy it. But those are, like, I think, consist between runs? Or persist between runs, I think. I could be wrong about that. That can actually be right if you can save them for the shops, but there's definitely more than one currency that persists between runs. Let's see, gain stamina for every hit. I'll do that for sure. So I guess it's not even really a magic meter. Yeah, it's just your stamina meter. But yeah, I really like just like the mobility of playing as Linda, like, which is ironically enough my mom's name. But yeah, I really like the way she controls and the way you just have to kind of manage your stamina so that you can be mobile at all times, and you have 2 dashes. Like, some of the characters I think even have up to 4 dashes, at least 3 for sure, but like John, the first character you play as, only has 1 kind of dodge roll, and it takes just as long to recharge basically. So yeah, every character just controls so differently. Like, again, there's just total melee characters, total what's it called? And I think there is another character that can't attack while moving at all. I think it's the young daughter, maybe. Okay, yeah, this is one of the chests that requires a gemstone, or the barrels, or whatever, which I wasted all at the store. I shouldn't say wasted, I got my health back, but I think I didn't need to just buy all those. I wasn't making any kind of sound effect when I was picking stuff up, so I just assumed that it was a no-go. Let's see what I got here. Some loot. I love the soundtrack, too. Oh, nice. New codex entry. And yeah, there's some stuff like that, lore-wise, that's just like total miscellaneous, but there are total just like random type stuff, but... Nice. New ability there. And, oh yeah, I can just teleport. And this is what I'm talking about. You just hold down up on the D-pad, and it'll send me right to the door here. I don't have any money or anything, so... Or nothing I can buy at the store. So, move along here. And this should be the last floor. It might even be... Take me right to the boss? I don't think so, though. I think you do have to clear another floor here, yeah. Yeah, by now you probably know if this is a game you want to check out or not. And again, I can't emphasize enough how differently each character controls. So, like, if you're not totally into this, like, you definitely have, like, a sword and shield character. You have more of, like, a kung fu or some type of martial arts character. I'm pretty sure it's kung fu, but it might just be some made-up martial art form for this game or this world, but I can't remember for sure. But the way that character controls is really interesting and really fast and kind of like stealthy, but you have to be really close to characters to do damage, but it also kind of like homes in on them. And then, yeah, the younger daughter that, like, you have to, like, aim, or you have to, you cannot move while you're shooting. Gosh, you can't think and talk at the same time. And play. Ah! And it does work like a dodge roll. Like, you actually can, you know, dive through enemies, dive through attacks. Like, you're invulnerable for a quick sec. Oh, shit.
Prevent the summoning.
Yeah, there's like little random story beats like prevent the summoning, which I'm probably not going to be able to do.
Challenger appeared.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not going to be able to do because I already lured so many of these enemies over here like an idiot. Make a trap. Give me that health. Give me whatever this is. No! What do you got? Get my power up. I forget what I think it's like harmonic mode or resonance mode. I forget what it's called. Oh man, I'm taking so much damage. Got that combo meter going though, for nothing. What do we have there? I forget what that does. It's some kind of, okay, increased dodge chance. I'll take that. Oh no! I'm so screwed. Go, go. Dead. Oh, man. Dang it. So, yeah, the runs are decent length, but I love the variety of, like, you're not just playing, like, the same world over and over. You know, there's at least going to be 9, if not a little bit more. But I would say at least 9. It seems like there's 3 or more in each little portal. So, yeah, I would say this one is well worth checking out if you're into kind of dungeon crawler experiences. And I'll maybe I'll let this cutscene play out here because there's always, not always, but a lot of times like a little story beat that plays
just
afterwards.
As you are getting ready to leave,
and I just love the polish and the sense of,
and you stay for
I don't know, just
forever.
Everything about this game I really, really like, and I'm curious, like I said, to see what they added, and probably will check out that DLC as well. But yeah, definitely check out Children of Morta if you're into roguelikes, and especially if you maybe, you know, if you find them a little bit lacking in the, you know, story or whatever you want to call it department. If you know, don't like the strictly arcade experience of most roguelikes, I would say definitely check this one out. So thanks for watching as always. I'll leave it there, and take care. Links in the video description as always.
To her
Thanks.
firstborn. This man was their son? Ben could not stop staring into Joey's eyes. The